a second coffee before noon kind of day. Hey guys, welcome back to the Subtl YouTube channel. Today we are gonna do a super classic, everyday Subtl stack look using the starter stack. This is pretty much my everyday go-to makeup as a mom and business owner who is just busy on the go all the time. I need something simple. I need something I can take with me. And if you guys aren't familiar with Subtl Beauty, a Subtl stack is fully customizable, but because people tend to get overwhelmed and they don't know like where to start, the starter stack is 5 products, still customized to you, but 5 of our best products that give you a great everyday look. On the bottom, we have the little brush, as you guys know, super handy. I did add the dry brush cleaner to the starter stack. This is a must because you can just switch your brush off and it cleans it. We have concealer, bronzer, lip and cheek, highlighter, and shine control powder. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so unless I'm really going somewhere, I don't use foundation, but I do have a dinner that I'm going to later today. So I'm gonna do some foundation and then use the starter stack. This is the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation in Deauville, and I like to use a damp but like dried out beauty blender. And I just go ahead and apply it to the face. And honestly, I try to be pretty sparing with the foundation. The Subtl stack pretty much does all the work, but this just evens out the skin tone. Okay, so now that I have the foundation, I'm gonna go in with the concealer. My shade is 3N. With this concealer, you do have to kind of warm it up a little bit, but it's super creamy and spreadable, which is why it works great as kind of like a pseudo foundation if you want lighter coverage. See how nice and smooth that goes on. And I'll just kind of tap it onto any spots that might need a little bit extra coverage. And I love this mirror so much because I don't know about you guys, but my bathroom has really bad lighting. When I'm getting ready, I would like take my giant palette like mirror and go to the window, and then I'd have to go back to the bathroom and get whatever I need to touch up and take it back to the window. So this way I can just be like, go up to a window and then I have everything that I need to finish up right there with me in my hand. Next, I'm gonna go in with bronzer, and I am gonna use this 4-piece brush set. I thought that the 4-piece brush set couldn't get any better, but it did. I love how it's like mini size. It can go anywhere with you, but then the brush head itself is actually a really good size. This is perfect for bronzer or the shine control powder. I just kind of go in the classic like 3 shapes. So up on the forehead, cheeks, and down around the chin. I don't know, I feel like you can be a lot more liberal with bronzer than people think, but this brush just really helps it like blend super smoothly. And then sometimes I'll take it and like smush it like this, and then kind of do it on my nose. When you get a starter stack, you obviously choose your concealer shade. So we have a quiz, you can enter in your current shade and it'll shade match you to the best concealer for you. And then based off of your concealer color, you'll get the right color of bronzer. So right now I'm using Leche, which is a lighter one, but Latte is a good color for my skin tone too. It just kind of depends on how tan I am, honestly. Next, I'm gonna grab this brush for the lip and cheek. I'm gonna just use the dry brush cleaner real quick to make sure whatever product I used last is off there. And then the lip and cheek that comes in the starter stack is Terracotta Tour Guide, which is a great choice because this is my favorite. It's my go-to. So pretty, and it's perfect for like any season, but especially I think like summer and fall. And then if you have any of the other colors, you can kind of like mix them together. I did do a video of mixing blush colors. If you want to check that out, I'll link it here. Kind of a fun way to experiment and just like try new things, but I love this color so much. I feel like it looks amazing on everyone. I will usually put some blush on my nose, kind of on the bridge here and the tip. It's just looking so pretty and glowy. Next, I'm gonna go in with the highlighter in Champagne, and I'm gonna use this blush brush for the highlighter. I think I used some blush on here recently, so I'm gonna get that off on the dry brush cleaner. And like, obviously you still wanna clean your brushes normally from time to time, but this just makes it so that you can go between products. I'm that person that like never cleans my brushes, and so I'm always like thinking, oh, I'm gonna be applying this like orangey eyeshadow, and then it turns out purple because I didn't clean my brush. So that's where the dry brush cleaner comes in handy. I'm just gonna put this right here. It's a very like subtle shine, but it looks so pretty. I'm gonna use a little bit of shine control powder. Again, I'm gonna use this dry brush cleaner to just kind of get some of the bronzer off. And I don't really need a lot because I like the glowy look, but I'm just gonna put some on my forehead and just places where I don't want it to be as shiny. I also have very dry skin, so some people use this all over, but I just try to use it right where I need it. And I actually don't normally use like translucent powder at all because it's always made my skin dry out and look cakey. This is like literally the only powder that I've ever been able to use. So it's perfect if you have dry skin. It just helps like set everything. Just realized I forgot to do my eyebrows. I used this brow pencil from Benefit. I like how it has the dual-ended side because we love anything that saves time and doesn't require me to bring as many products. I used to spend way too much time on my eyebrows until I saw the quote, they're supposed to be sisters, not twins. Now I just kind of try to add strokes in the direction of my brow, even them out a little, and I really don't stress too much about it. Okay, gonna go in with the dry brush cleaner again with this dual-ended eyeshadow brush from the 4-piece brush set. And the thing I love most about the starter stack is that even though it doesn't include an eyeshadow, you can absolutely do eyeshadow with the bronzer and the highlighter. Start with bronzer, give it a little tap, and I really just go in the crease. I used to take it down more and I try to kind of stop here because I realized that that helps lift the eye. And this is really not to do a full fancy eyeshadow look. Slapping it on real quick in the morning. Seriously, I know this is taking a little longer because I'm talking through things, but this routine without foundation takes 5 minutes, if that. With foundation takes about, I don't know, maybe 7. And then I'll take a little bit underneath. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. And then go in with the highlighter. I actually oftentimes use the same flat brush. I'll just like tap the flat part on here onto the lid. Obviously, I do have lash extensions too, so I don't have to do mascara, but you could totally not do mascara with this routine. And then I'll do just a little bit in the corners. Okay, looking so good. Last step is just some Lip and Cheek on the lips. Oh, I just love this color. Like, it literally looks so good on everyone, which is why it's included in the starter stack. Okay, I feel like I need just like a little more color. Sometimes I'll use my finger for the Lip and Cheek as well. Kind of depends on how fast I'm going, if I have my brushes with me or not. I'm gonna add just a little more bronzer. It's usually how I like to kind of finish and marry everything together. Okay, and there we have it. Here is the final look. Like I said, this is really my everyday makeup minus the foundation. And then if I'm going out later, like I am tonight, I'll do the foundation and then I'll touch it up later, which I actually think I will record that and show you guys so that you can see what my process is like for using the starter stack for day versus night. Comment down below if you're a mom and tell me how much time did you used to spend getting ready and how much time do you spend getting ready now? Because I think moms figure out a way to like do the same exact routine or a similar routine and cut it in half. For me, Subtl has absolutely helped me do this. Thanks so much for being here. Make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss our videos. We post a new one every Sunday. And if you want to build your own starter stack, head to subtlbeauty.com. Bye guys.